Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a sleep hypnosis session designed to create a ritual that will lead to very, very good sleep. And there's a few things that have a massively positive impact on sleep. One is what you do in the hour or so that leads up to sleep. And there are certain natural sedatives. And one of the natural sedatives that can increase good quality sleep is a hot bath. And the reason for that is that your body temperature changes and it gets used to being in a very relaxed state. For most people, having a hot bath, so long as they're not in chaotic environments, leads themselves to feeling more relaxed. So you're going to hear that as part of the induction. Also, the change in lighting makes a big difference. Bright lights and certainly avoiding staring into a phone is a good way to kind of change the relationship with lights. Because if you imagine as a species, it's only in the fairly recent history of our species that we've actually had artificial light. For the most of the time, light came from the sun, the moon, the stars. That's pretty much it. So you're going to hear the way in which natural lights become an anchor for sleep, and that's things like a sunset, candlelight, things like that. But this particular client had an experience of receiving hormones in an injection form that they noticed improved their sleep. So you're going to hear an element of imagining receiving like powerful a sleep injection, which is clearly a metaphor for receiving something that facilitates good sleep. But also, I researched the foods that increase certain kind of hormonal balances that's conducive to this kind of good sleep. And you're going to hear an induction linked to a hot bath. You're going to listen to the idea of receiving an injection that will lead to good sleep. And then suggestions which are called post-hypnotic suggestions, that as you eat certain foods, it increases the probability and likelihood of having really good sleep. So you can use this in two ways. One, you could use this session as just guided meditation to help you sleep because it's got theta wave music. It's quite relaxing and it's kind of a guided visualization. But secondly, you could look at it as a way of introducing new rituals into your life, changing the foods that you eat and changing the routine that you have in the hour or two before you intend to go to sleep. And you might find that that's also beneficial. Some of the random things in this session are because it was entirely calibrated to the client that I was working with, and therefore not all the suggestions might not be highly relevant for you. If you are interested in a bespoke hypnosis session, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a completely free consultation call to explore working with me. For now though, find a quite comfortable place, ideally in your bed. Like, this isn't the ideal session to listen while you're doing something active. Probably save this for the time when you're about to sleep. So the ideal time would be just before you go to sleep, ideally listening in bed. And there is no outro to this particular session as well. So it doesn't have that kind of traditional wake up music at the end either. So find a quite comfortable place, ideally your bed, relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just release any tension around your eyelids and notice that with your eyes closed, you're able to ignore all of that exists around you and instead to give more attention to the sound of my voice. As you breathe in and breathe out, notice that you can release the tension around the jaw, the neck, into your chest, so it becomes more effortless to breathe in and breathe out. The more effortless it is to breathe, the deeper and more relaxed each breath becomes. The slower and deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become, and the deeper relaxed you become, the more your imagination can release any sensation of tension or stress. As you can imagine drifting to a place of calm and tranquility. As you breathe in, imagine breathing in a color that represents drowsiness. Maybe it's a pastel blue or a different color, purple, cream. But as you breathe in that color of drowsiness, feel a sense of calm relaxation. Every breath in creates a increasing desire to yawn. And every time you breathe out, feel that you are releasing tension. And I want you to release the tension subconsciously. Your intuition and subconscious mind is aware of the tiniest muscles that don't need to be tense right now. So as you breathe in that color of drowsiness, you're giving permission to release that tension and to just let go. Breathing in and breathing out, feeling a lightness, a lovely sensation of increasing relaxation. The deeper you breathe, the deeper relaxed you become. As your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. And I want you to create an image in your mind of a luxury villa on the coast of the Maldives, looking out across the ocean. I want you to imagine it's a few minutes before sunset. And I want you to imagine you are in a luxury bathroom in that luxury villa, just as the sun is setting. And I want you to imagine that you are pouring a hot bath. You can see the heat of the water from the steam that comes off. And maybe there are salts, bubble bath. Just imagine the bubbles creating from the cascading water falling into the bath. Although there is light in the bathroom now, you know that after sunset will be dusk, and there will be darkness in the bathroom. So in advance, imagine that you are lighting scented candles. Perhaps the color of the candles lets you know that there is a pomegranate smell that will come from the candles once the wax starts to burn. I want you to feel that the bath is rising, and you can see the sun setting there over the sea. And I want you to imagine the bath is now full. It's a very large bath, lots of water, the perfect shape to really submerge but feel comfortable. I don't know if it's a jacuzzi size or just a large bath, but feel the sensation of your skin on that hot water. Feel your body submerge under the heat. Feel the sensation of water and bubbles on your skin, and feel a wonderful feeling of pure relaxation. And imagine the view from the bath through large floor-to-ceiling windows is just the very end of a sunset. I want you to imagine the sunset feels to you very much like the end of a chapter, that it wipes the slate clean. All worries, thoughts, unfinished business are all wiped clean. There is nothing to do or think about apart from the lovely sensation of the hot water on your skin. And notice that as the sun sets, the bathroom becomes darker, and you notice the flickering of candles around you. There is something hypnotic about the candlelight, the way it flickers and moves, the dance of shadows. I want you to get a sense that the combination of the flickering candlelight, the hot water, the smell of pomegranate, and now the view of the stars there over the sea, and maybe some moonlight shimmering off the surface of the sea, that you are drifting into a wonderful feeling of deep relaxation. That's it. All tension is melting away in that hot bath water, and the water makes you feel weightless. There is no need for any tension there in that bath, as you feel that you are drifting towards that kind of light, imaginative, daydream type of sleep. You don't always need to sleep in order to dream. So feel that you can still stare into the candlelight or see the stars over the sea, and feel that you can imagine what it would be like to receive a powerful hypnotic sleep injection. Imagine that this injection contains the most powerful sedative, conducive to the most relaxing sleep. And imagine receiving this injection and feeling it immediately take hold. You feel even more relaxed, even more drowsy, even more sleepy. There in that hot bath, surrounded by candlelight, as you imagine you are safely drifting into dreamlike sleep. So imagine drifting off as you release any tension in your jaw, neck, shoulders, arms and legs. All the muscles in your forehead, around your neck, just release that tension now. Breathing in and breathing out slower and deeper. Drifting to a place that you can call a dreamlike sleep. But I want you to imagine this is a strange, dreamlike sleep where you find yourself back in what some people would call normal life, but with a different and perhaps more empowering idea that as you eat certain foods, you're giving your body the very nutrition needed for a hormonal balance conducive to good quality sleep. I want you to imagine as you enjoyed flax seeds, your body's harmony flourishes, bringing you peaceful sleep tonight. When savoring soy products, you feel a calmness that guides you into a deep, restful slumber later that day. With each bite of dried fruits, imagine being wrapped in a blanket of tranquility, ensuring a night of serene sleep. If you imagine eating chickpeas, you could imagine your body balancing, welcoming restful sleep with each spoonful. As you taste the richness of beans, you feel a wave of relaxation ushering you into a peaceful night's sleep. That whenever you indulge in lentils, later that night you will feel your sleep quality deepen, as if by magic, nurturing your well-being. That whenever you enjoy sesame seeds, you will later feel a soothing sleepiness that promises a night of sweet dreams. With every serving of hummus, you'll feel more connected to a natural state of restful sleep. And whenever you taste the subtle sweetness of alfalfa sprouts, it won't be long before you drift effortlessly into a deep, rejuvenating sleep. And every now and then, as you relish in garlic-infused dishes, your body will respond by later on easing into a comfortable, restorative sleep. Perhaps a new ritual could be sipping on peppermint tea. And when you do so, you'll feel a gentle calm that beckons a night of uninterrupted sleep. And whenever you have nuts like almonds or Brazil nuts, very soon you will feel a soothing drowsiness, preparing you for a restful night ahead. And whenever you have the crispiness of celery, your body is willing to release any tension, rebalance hormones, where your body and mind align for a night of peaceful sleep. That when you eat sunflower seeds, you can imagine a gentle wave of sleepiness carrying you into incredible dreams and rejuvenating, powerful, deep sleep. And whenever you indulge in olives, green, black, or just the oils, you are preparing your body to ease into a state of relaxation, perfect for a good night's sleep. That whenever you eat wheat bran, it will have a ripple effect at a hormonal level inside your body that can lead to comforting sleepiness that promises a restful night. And every now and then you might have the natural sweetness of apricots, which will transport you to a place of serene, relaxing sleep. And whenever you savor the earthiness of barley, it won't be long until your eyelids grow heavy, ready for a night of deep, deep sleep. And there are lots of fruits that are healthy. But whenever you find yourself eating plums, you'll sense a gentle relaxation rippling over you, leading to peaceful dreams. And maybe a new favorite snack will be pistachios. And as you unshell the pistachios, you could feel like you're letting go of tension. And when you eat the pistachios, you could imagine your body releasing all tension, welcoming a restful and peaceful sleep. It won't be long before your mind, being the pattern recognition machine that it is, notices a combination of nutritious foods that when you have more of those foods, it will create a hormonal balance inside your body that leads to better sleep. You'll feel more in control, more empowered. That when you give your body what it needs, it will reward you with good sleep. And then imagine you find yourself back there in that hot bath, still seeing the flickering candles, the smell of pomegranate in the air. Maybe in the distance you can hear the waves crashing on the beach. See the stars, maybe the reflection of the moon in the waves, and feel that you can just drift off. I want you to imagine you could be listening to this in different situations. Listening with the intention of sleeping later, or listening with the intention of sleeping now. Your subconscious mind knows the difference. So if you're ready to awaken, I will count from 1 to 10 and you will awaken. But if you're ready to sleep, And maybe your unconscious mind craves and desires that sleep. Then me counting from 1 to 10 is simply stepping stones towards a rejuvenating night of deep sleep. And rather than awaking now, you will awaken rejuvenated and refreshed at the appropriate time the very next morning. If you're ready to awaken, you will awaken. And if the timing is suitable to make the transition into deep sleep, then that's exactly what you will do. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,